Hey, this week we're talking about lightings and graphic effects in MC2 and how those things affect the race design. One of the big features in the city, this game, of course, are the huge cities and the different times of day and different modes, different styles each city has in terms of their appearance. One of the things we did to greatly improve the look of the game over MC1 was add a technique called global illumination. What global illumination allows us to do is to basically put all the light sources we want in a city and then calculate how they all cumulatively affect each surface in the city, and then add that color to the side. So if you have a neon sign in a building across the street, if the neon sign's pink across the street, this building gets a little pink on it. It also takes into account the sky. So if the sky is raining or midnight or dusk or sunset, those colors are also added up to the whole thing. So I think what happens is you get this very realistic kind of bounce light effect. The problem with that is that it doesn't work on dynamic objects. So what we also use is called direct illumination. And direct illumination is basically traditional computer graphics lighting that a light directly illuminates certain polygons in the scene. That made dynamic objects like the vehicles or things that have to fall down are lit with the direct illumination. So the combination of those two things makes for that realism you're going to see in MC2 that's really unprecedented. Another thing that we do is use the lighting and effects in the city to enhance the racer's experience. Part of the problem in an open city is knowing where to go. So along with laying out streets so that they're at the right angle for a jump or whatever have you, as you're going down the street and one of the shortcuts is into a parking garage, we illuminate that parking garage brightly so that you might, at speed, pick up that might be a place to go. All those things are very, very carefully planned to kind of enhance the racing experience. I mean, each city has about probably 15,000 or 20,000 lights in it. So each time we've done this game, we've learned an amazing amount. And we hope that you'll see that every time we do it, we take this huge leap in quality, visual quality level each time. So we're trying to push the PS2 as far as it can go. The funny thing is the machine never changed. The PS2 is the same as it was for MC1, but we've learned a lot more. And I think you'll see that very clearly when you play it. So on top of having global illumination, all these effects that make the city look realistic, and we've added in lots more variety in the vehicles, a lot more ambient vehicles, a lot more things happening. Audio sound effects. There's tons and tons of audio sound effects where you'll hear ambient traffic, you'll hear people yelling at you off the street, you'll pass by the church and the bells will go off, birds, cars, cops. I mean, we've stuffed the game full of features and things to really make the experience rich and dense for each player. On top of that, you're racing, and one of the things we had to do was we had to maintain a locked frame rate. So we can't drop down because those things make racing very difficult, make the scene very nauseating. So you'll see a very, very tight frame rate, very, very dense city. I think it's probably one of the most tightly packed games on the PS2 to date.